In order to beat the enemy, you need to know the enemy. So what is North Penn School District's biggest strength? The strength is that politically based school boards and superintendents know that they have a relatively small window to indoctrinate our children. They bank on the possibility that the parent will just go away and accept your indoctrination. During this time, you ignore, deflect, and do what politicians do best. Take our money and do what you want with it. Well, I believe there's hope for us ignored and concerned parents. Not because you, Kurt Dietrich, the $270,000 man is leaving, but because parents are waking up. The parents woke up in Virginia. The school board in Norwin, PA woke up by removing CNN from the classrooms. The bluest states in California recalled 3 board of directors because their draconian ways cannot go on and on. I only have 3 minutes. So now, you, Kurt Dietrich, the $270,000 man, hear the footsteps, and you're moving on to other victims. I've done my research. You have 4 goals with 15 bullets. One of the goals is for expansion efforts to provide for mental health needs for our students. You get an F on all of them and an F plus on putting diapers on our children for 2+ years. In fact, you want to build a COVID clinic. I have a much better idea for that money. Build a psychiatric ward with about 10 beds in it, because that's what we need. Let's move on. North Penn Ridge School District, Dr. Bolton. Okay, let's talk a little bit about him. If I was in better shape, I could jog to their school district. Okay, these are his goals, Dr. Bolton. What Dr. Bolton believes in is he believes in stressing relationships, staff wellness, quality instruction, and meaningful learning. Okay, by the way, for the past 2 years, Penn Ridge gave the parents and children options. You haven't. I wrote a letter on your behalf to Dr. Bolton, and that reads as follows. Unfortunately for my child, I'm a North Penn School District resident. I understand from parents and teachers in your school district that you epitomize what education should stand for: meaningful learning and quality instruction, just to name a couple. I've become very vocal at these board meetings. I'm not going to stop. I'm a tax-paying parent, and I am an American that's being violated and ignored. Out of respect for your position, Dr. Bolton, I wanted to give you advance notice that I will bring up your name and your work during my next opportunity. You should hire Dr. Bolton. You don't have the leadership courage to do it, so I know you won't. As a side note, you are probably aware that Kurt Dietrich quit. He calls it retiring in June. I call it quit, likely to pursue another political position. Selfishly, I encourage Dr. Bolton to take that position. I am going
Time's up.
I'll be back. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Midterm elections are coming up. Your agenda is failing and the world is waking up. Do you feel the walls closing in? It's happening, and I promise you, you will be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. I highly advise every one of you to follow in Kurt Dietrich's footsteps and resign immediately, because you will not get away with what you have done to these kids. I'm a mom, and it's my job to protect my children from people like you. You absolutely disgust me.
You have been gaslighting the public against anyone who speaks out against or questions your policy, creating the same division that you keep using to save your own political clout. Instead of working with us, you brush us off, pick fun at us for watching Fox News, and judge us on who we vote for. Your supporters also spread slander and lies about people who oppose you, calling us white supremacists, among other false, hurtful names. Moms for Liberty has been relentlessly attacked. And I have a question for you. As leaders, as people who want peace, do you disavow statements like that coming from people who support you? Anybody? Or is it okay? Is it okay to call anyone who disagrees with you a white supremacist or a Nazi or a bigot with no founding behind that? Simply just disagreeing. Now, for the record, you see?
2 years ago, a North Penn employee was fired after she posted a political opinion on her personal Facebook page. A day after the post was made, the district was quick to issue a statement condemning the teacher. The district had no issue with telling the public at that time that the teacher was placed on administrative leave while an investigation was conducted. She was ultimately fired. Over a month ago now, another North Penn teacher went viral for taping a mask onto a student's face. The district was slow to issue any comment. In fact, the picture was only released because of a lack of action of any kind by the district. Once forced to make a comment, we were told that all personnel matters are confidential. The actions taken thereafter by the administration were not equal. That special education teacher is still employed by North Penn. She is still in the classroom with our children. Members of the board seem to have been more upset at the public release of the photo than of the actual incident itself. On your North Penn Neighbors for Progress Facebook page, you were outraged at the, what you called, exploitation of negative news for political gain. Where was your outrage at the, what you call, negative news itself? There was no condemnation. The stark contrast of how the board handled each of these incidents speaks volumes. If not a reflection of your political ideologies, then what is it?
All I really want to be here to say is it breaks my heart to see these kids in masks. It is child abuse. It is just wrong, and you know it's wrong. Tina, your kids went to school with my kids. Every one of you people up there who are making these rules are making them wrongly. The law shouldn't take precedent over our kids. Our kids, your mandates. Your mandates should not take precedence over our kids. I live next to an elementary school. I see the school buses going by. Those kids are sad. They're just broken, and you're just breaking them more. Every day, I see a little less of them. Every day, I see their smiles taken away from them because none of them are showing them anymore, because they're all being forced to. It's just wrong. Everything that's going on right now is just wrong. Please stop this. Please, for the sake of our kids, this has to stop. Please.
Midterm elections are coming up. Midterm elections are coming up. Midterm elections are coming up.